I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Honor to all the brethren out here doing the work in the will of the Father in truth and sincerity. So we're back with another video. But before we get into the video, I'd like to get into some scriptures real quick. So headed right here to Psalms 147. Psalms 147, verse 18. He sendeth out his word and melteth them. He causeth his wind to blow, and the waters flow. He showeth his word unto Jacob, who is Jacob, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. His statutes and his judgments unto Israel. So the only nation that could understand this Bible, understand the judgments to come, that could serve the Lord, the true power, Yahweh, is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. The elect in the 1/3 at that. Because 66.6, which makes up the 2/3, 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are not going to serve the Most High. Why? Because you're not willing to get in line. You rather serve yourself or busy serving these other heathen nations, man. You want to stay a slave. So since you got that slave mentality, you're going to stay a slave. All right? But for the elect in the 1/3, who's ready to rise up, who's ready for rulership, that's who's going to get this understanding. So the Lord makes it clear right here who he's dealing with. Verse 20, he hath not dealt so with any nation. So these other nations, so basically if you're not a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, according to your father, not according to your mother, but according to your father, no matter your skin color, if your father is a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, then you're an Israelite. If you're not, then you cannot understand this Bible. You shouldn't have this Bible in your hand. All right, it's not for you. As the scriptures say, he has not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. All right, so for all you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that stuck up this white man's Christianity and all his various religions, thinking you know something when you don't know nothing at all, because the person that you learning from, he don't even know what the fuck he talking about, because the Lord is not dealing with him, man. That's the scriptures say. The Lord ain't dealing with no Edomites, man. Whom the world goes to learn of the scriptures. Go to all his little theologian schools, man. Learning nothing. Spending money to learn nothing. It's basically what y'all doing, man. These heathen nations don't know these scriptures, man. And as we watch the video, it will be plain to see. All right, let's get another script real quick. I'm gonna bring out a couple of scriptures. Because you people swear that this damn so-called white man, which he's an Edomite, knows these damn scriptures, man. And when you see men of the Lord of your own kind, all right, of your own stock, when you see them out on the street corners speaking the truth, you just think these niggas some bugged out niggas and they don't know what they're talking about, because they ain't got no degree from a theologian school, or they ain't in a two-piece suit. So you think these people don't know what they're talking about. Well, we do know what we're talking about, man. And these scriptures in this video gonna prove it today that this so-called white man has no idea what the hell he's talking about, but yet y'all put all y'all trust in him. So this is Obadiah chapter 1, verse 3. The pride of thy heart have deceived thee. Who's the pride, man? So-called white man. All right, Esau, Edom, Idumea. The pride of thy heart hath deceived thee. Thy dwelleth in the cliffs of the rock. Exactly. Where did the white man come from? the Caucasus Mountains, man. That's why they call them Caucasians, man. The real caveman. All right, the real caveman. That's what he is. Whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground. All right, and that's what these white people are, man. They full of pride, man. All right, their heart have deceived them. Their mind done deceived them, man. To the point where these white people out here really think that Christ was a white man. To the point where they really think that God's chosen people are those fake Jews over there in the land. When it's clear as day when you read the scriptures that the people of the Lord are various shades of brown, man. It's written throughout the scriptures, man. But yet, these people are just so deceived in their mind that they just think that they the people, man. It's crazy. And that's what you finna see. You finna see how everything that they say in this video contradicts what the scriptures say. But some of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans so damn brainwashed that even though the scriptures go against what these so-called white people tell you, you still go with the so-called white man lie. Although the scriptures say different, you will make an excuse for it. You will make an excuse for it and be like, oh, well, I know it said that, but really does it matter? Like, that's what y'all say, man. Yeah, it matters, man. Because truth is truth, man, and a lie is a lie. And the truth shall set you free. But like I said, y'all like to be slaves, man. Y'all like to stay in the slave mentality, man. Y'all don't want to be free. Y'all want to be up under daddy. And y'all daddy is Esau, man, the so-called white man. Y'all worship that man. Y'all got Stockholm syndrome, man. Y'all worship the so-called white man. When it all boils down to it. Y'all don't want nobody talking bad about the so-called white man. Y'all want to stay up under the so-called white man. Y'all listen to the so-called white man. Whatever the so-called white man say, it's true. That's what y'all think. It's true. And that's why you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that's in that mind state. That's why you gotta be put to death, man. Because at the end of the day, when it's time for this man rulership to fall, you ain't gonna be part of trying to bring it down. You gonna be trying to hold it up, man. Why? Because you a house nigga. You a house nigga. Just like on the slave plantation, anytime all the slaves were ready to rebel, you got the house nigga that'll go in and fuck up the rebellion because he gonna tell. All right, he gonna snitch to the master. That's y'all niggas, man. Cause you happy on the plantation. And that's how you 2/3 are, man. Y'all happy on the plantation. Y'all happy in Esau world. Y'all happy to be on the bottom, man. Y'all happy that y'all gotta join all these fraternities and all these these Masonic Freemasonry and fucking East Allen Star witch and warlock fucking societies, man, to make it. Y'all happy about that, man. Y'all love doing wickedness, man. Or you happy with your little situation, man, in life, man. Well, let's get some more scriptures, man. I'm getting all off topic, man. Talking to you simpletons. And when I say you simpletons, I'm talking about you 2/3, man. Because you 2/3 simple as hell. It's Psalms 50, verse 16. But unto the wicked God saith, what have thou to do to declare my statutes? Exactly. Yahweh is asking these heathens, all right, asking all these nations, yo, what y'all doing with my book in y'all hand? What y'all doing to declare my statutes as if y'all my people, man? Because like I said, the Lord's people is the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. That's who could understand this book, man. That's who the book is for. So the Most High is asking, yo, why you damn other nations got my book in y'all hand, man? or that thou shouldest take of my covenant in thy mouth. Exactly. What y'all speaking my book for? Or trying not even speaking my book. They trying to speak it. Because all they doing is speaking lies, man. Verse 17, saying thou hatest instruction and casting my words behind thee. Exactly, man. And who's the top heathen that hate instruction, man? The so-called white man. That's why everything that the Bible say to be against, he is for, man. All right. The white man is the biggest walking hypocrite on this earth, man. Especially when it comes to the Bible, he's a hypocrite, man. Because like I say, whatever the Most High is against, he's for, man. But yet you dumbass Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans can't see that. And yet you keep piling into these damn religions, man, that is ran by the so-called white man. Following his damn wicked ass holidays. This man is totally fucking off, man. But yet y'all can't see that. And you hold this man in high esteem, man, when it comes to researching the scriptures or listening to the scriptures. Or you want to listen to one of these fake ass servants that he done put out there, all right, which is your local pork chop pastor, man, that went to his theologian school to learn nothing but lies to give you the lies. But to you, those are the men that have the truth. Verse 18. When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partakers with idolaters. Exactly, man. And that's the so-called white man, man. Cause when did that happen, man? When did this white man saw a thief and then consented with them, man? When we was being taken down, man. And I'm gonna get that scripture to show that our wicked ass brother, the so-called white man, Esau, when he saw us getting taken down, he stood and then joined in, man. And that's supposed to be our family, man. And that's what his wicked ass did, man. And that's why he broke the brother covenant, man. That's why his ass gonna be destroyed, man, by the Most High, man. So ain't no saving these damn white people for all you goddamn so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out here on a fucking save a whole Esau campaign, man. Verse 18, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partakers with idolaters. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue famous deceit. Exactly. That's the scripture say, man. As soon as they be born, they go about speaking lies, man. Verse 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Exactly. And who is you so-called white people brother, man? The so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, man. That's your brother, man. But all y'all do is sit back and speak lies against us, man. And thou slanderest thy own mother's son. Exactly. And that's all y'all do, man. Speaking slanderous, man. That's all y'all do, man. You see that throughout the news, man. See that throughout the news easily. That's what y'all promote. You promote your brothers, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, as thugs, rapists, drug dealers, gang bangers, and so forth and so on, man. But yet, y'all are the biggest thugs, man. Y'all are the biggest drug dealers, man. Y'all are the biggest rapists, man. Y'all the biggest murderers, man. Y'all go fucking into whole countries, man, and rape, rob, and murder, man. But yet, you sit on your news stations, all right, on your different news media outlets, and slander your brothers all day and night, man. Let's go back to Obadiah, and let's see how you became partakers as a thief, man, when we got brought down, man. It's Obadiah chapter 1, verse 9. And thy mighty man, O Teman, shall be dismayed, and the end that everyone of Mount Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Exactly. Who is Esau? The so-called white man. So you're going to be cut off by slaughter. And it didn't say one. It didn't say two. It said everyone of the Mount of Esau. So everybody, the whole nation of Esau. So if you're a so-called white man, all right, you're an Edomite. If your dad is a so-called Caucasian, then you're an Edomite. I don't give a damn how your skin color look. Your skin color could be as black as mine. If your dad is a goddamn white man or so-called Caucasian, guess what? You an Edomite. And your ass gonna be put to death, man. I don't give a damn what shades of brown you are. You still an Edomite because of your dad. And you will be put to death, man. And not just you, the whole mountain. Alright? So it ain't gonna be no Edomite that's gonna be walking around into the kingdom of heaven, man. And chilling in the kingdom of heaven. No. If you're on this side of the pond in the United States, your ass will be put to death. And if you're on the other side of the pond and you're Edomite, your ass gonna be put into slavery. Alright, you ain't finna be walking around in the kingdom of heaven all relaxed and chilling. So let's get back to it. Verse 9. And thy mighty man, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mountain of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Exactly. Y'all gonna be amazed how y'all getting slaughtered, man. You so-called white people, man. And why? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob. Exactly. And who is your brother? The so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, man. That's why you so-called white people gonna get slaughtered, man. Because of the violence against your brother, man. For the violence against thy brother for the violence against thy brother, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And the day that thou stoodest on this other side, and the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gate, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was one of them. And that's how they consider, all right? That's how they consider with the robbers, man, and became a robber, man. This is what we're reading about. This is when they broke that brotherly covenant. Read it again. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, carried who captive? When the strangers, when the other heathen nations took the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans away captive, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem. Who is Jerusalem? So-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. Even thou was one of them. Exactly. So they had a hand in it. They put their hand in it. They helped out. Verse 12. But thou shouldst not have looked on that day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Exactly. And that's when we became a stranger. That's when that brotherly covenant was broke. When y'all wicked asses did that shit, man. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gates of my people in the day of their calamity. Yeah, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. And you still got our main substance in your hand, man, which is the scriptures. So you finna have to pay for all that, man. And your time is near, man. All right? The sand in the hourglass is about to be up. And your time of affliction is at hand, man. All right, so let's get into this video and listen to this foolishness of these damn Edomites, man. Always claiming they know something, but don't know shit. Fucking base men on the earth. But let's get it.
And so let's have a look now at this letter by Pontius Pilate to Tiberius Caesar. And so let's have a look now at this letter by Pontius Pilate to Tiberius Caesar about his experience of meeting Jesus.
And this is the type of people that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans will listen to and think they telling the truth about some shit. Look at this fucking base-ass Edomite, man. Made no damn sense, man. But this is who y'all believe, though.
And so let's have a look now at this letter by Pontius Pilate to Tiberius Caesar about his experience of meeting Jesus.
Pilate's report. To Tiberius Caesar, Emperor of Rome, noble sovereign greeting. The events of the last few days in my province have been of such character that I will give in detail and full as they occurred, as I should not be surprised if, in the course of time, they may change the destiny of our nation. For it seems of late that all the gods have ceased to be propitious. I am almost ready to say, cursed be the day that I succeeded Valerius Flacius in the government of Judea. For since then my life has been one of continual uneasiness and distress. On my arrival at Jerusalem, I took possession of the praetorium and ordered a splendid feast to be prepared, to which I invited the Tetrarch of Galilee, with the high priest and his officers. At the appointed hour, no guest appeared. This I considered as an insult offered to my dignity and to the whole government which I represent. A few days after the high priest deigned to pay me a visit, his deportment was grave and deceitful. He pretended his religion forbade him and his attendants to sit at the table of Romans and eat and offer libations with them. But this was only a sanctimonious seeming, for his very countenance betrayed his hypocrisy. Although I found it expedient to accept his excuse, from that moment I was convinced that the conquered had declared themselves enemies of the conquerors, and I would warn the Romans to beware of the high priests of this country. They would betray their own mother to gain office and luxurious living. It seems to me that
still the same thing to this day. You Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans still selling out for luxury living. Ain't shit changed.
Cities, Jerusalem is the most difficult to govern. So turbulent are the people that I live in momentary dread of an insurrection. I have not soldiers sufficient to suppress it, yet I endeavored to ascertain as far as I could the mind and standing of the people. Among the various rumors that came to my ears, there was one in particular that attracted my attention. A young man, it was said, had appeared in Galilee, preaching with a noble unction a new law in the name of the God that had sent him. At first I was apprehensive that its design was to stir up the people against the Romans, but my fears were soon dispelled. Jesus of Nazareth spoke rather as a friend of the Romans than of the Jews. One day in
Man, stop it. And if he was speaking of the Romans, guess what? It wasn't no damn fucking Edomite Roman. Let's get the scriptures. So if he was speaking in high favor of some Romans, it was some Romans that was Israelites. And if he didn't speak in favor of the Jews, it's because he was fucking cussing out the 2/3, all right, of the Jews that was in the land. All right, cussing out these hard-headed Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. These damn can't get rights. These simpletons. All right, this is Matthew 10:5. These 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles. So don't go into these heathen nations. And into any city of the Samaritans, enter ye not. And why not enter into the city of Samaritan? Because it was heathens living in that land. And you read about that in 2 Kings. 2 Kings chapter 17, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. I think it's 2 Kings, though. Chapter 17, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe 1 Kings. Maybe I'm going to make sure on that. Let me check it out. Want to lead y'all wrong, you know what I'm saying? So that'll be tripping. Yeah, it'll be 2 Kings chapter 17. I was right. All right, so back to the program. So 2 Kings 17 tell you how the heathens got into the land of Samaria and dwelt in the land of Samaria. That's why Yahweh told them not to go there, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So if Yahweh whom the word illingly calls Jesus Christ, if he was talking to some Romans and bigging up the Romans, it's because they was Israelites, not because there was some damn Edomites. All right, so it's not because there was some so-called white people, man. All right, so back to the video.
Passing by the place of Silo, where there was a great concourse of people, I observed in the midst of the group a young man who was leaning against a tree. One day, in passing by the place of Silo, where there was a great concourse of people, I observed in the midst of the group a young man who was leaning against Ali, preaching with a noble unction a new law in the name of the God that had sent him. At first I was apprehensive that his design was to stir up the people against the Romans, but my fears were soon dispelled. Jesus of Nazareth spoke rather as a friend of the Romans than of the Jews. One day, in passing by the place of Silo, where there was a great concourse of people, I observed in the midst of the group a young man who was leaning against a tree, calmly addressing the multitude. I was told it was Jesus. This I could easily have suspected, so great was the difference between him and those listening to him. His golden-colored hair and beard gave to his appearance a celestial aspect. He appeared to be about...
Get the fuck out of here. Lies. Lies. As soon as they be born, going speaking lies. Some fucking golden locks. Get the hell, man. He goddamn crackers, boy. These damn Edomites, hell, boy. But this who you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans believe, though. This who y'all believe. Boy, Yahweh did not have no goddamn pale skin or golden locks, man. Shut the hell up, man. These goddamn these Edomites, boy. They do too much, boy. Let's keep it going, though.
30 years of age. Never have I seen a sweeter or more serene countenance. What a contrast between him and his hearers with their black beards and tawny complexions. Unwilling...
They must have edited that motherfucker. This goddamn letter. Hey, he so wicked as fuck, man. Ain't no damn well whom the world endlessly called Jesus Christ is a damn black man. All right. But like I said, you 2/3, 6.6 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, y'all don't question shit, man. Y'all simpletons, man. So y'all go with that. Y'all go with that narrative, man.
Interrupt him by my presence, I continued my walk, but signified my secretary to join the group and listen. My secretary's name is Manlius. Manlius has been, for a long time, an inhabitant of Judea, and is well acquainted with the Hebrew language. He was devoted to me and worthy of my confidence. On entering the praetorium, I found Manlius, who related to me the words Jesus had pronounced at Silo. Never have I read in the works of the philosophers anything that can compare to the maxims of Jesus. One of the rebellious Jews, so numerous in Jerusalem, having asked Jesus if it was lawful to give tribute to Caesar, he replied, "Render unto Caesar the things that belong to Caesar, and unto God the things that are God's." It was on account of the wisdom of his sayings that I granted so much liberty to the Nazarene. For it was in my power to have him arrested and exiled to Pontus. But it would have been contrary to the justice which has always characterized the Roman government in all its dealings with men. This man was neither seditious nor rebellious. I extended to him my protection, unknown perhaps to himself. He was at liberty to act, to speak, to assemble, and to address the people, and to choose his disciples, unrestrained by any praetorian mandate. Should it ever happen, may the gods avert the omen, should it ever happen, I say, that the religion of our forefathers will be supplanted by the religion of Jesus, it will be to this noble toleration that Rome shall owe her premature death, while I, miserable wretch, will have been the instrument of what the Jews call providence and what we call destiny. This unlimited freedom granted to Jesus.
Well, guess what? It is destiny, man. It is destiny that the Roman government is gonna be overthrown. All right, because we still in the Roman government, man. We're in the new Roman Empire, and it's gonna be overthrown. And guess who it's gonna be overthrown by? Yahweh Shah, who the world intimately calls Jesus Christ. So it's still gonna happen. So he could say it was an omen or whatever the hell he want to call it, but guess what? It's called prophecy, man. All right, and it's written in the scriptures, and it's gonna happen. It didn't happen back in the old Roman Empire, but it's gonna happen in this new Roman Empire that we in today. So it's still gonna happen. Let's back this video up a little bit.
I say that the religion of our forefathers will be supplanted by the religion of Jesus. It will be to this noble toleration that Rome shall owe her premature death, while I, miserable wretch, will have been the instrument of what the Jews call providence and what we call destiny. This unlimited freedom granted to Jesus provoked the Jews, not the poor, but the rich and powerful. It is true. Jesus was severe on the latter, and this was a political reason, in my opinion, for not restraining the liberty of the Nazarene. Scribes and Pharisees, he would say to them, you are a race of vipers. You resemble painted sepulchres. You appear well unto men, but you have death within you.
Hey, man. If they don't take this goddamn fucking Edomite off this goddamn screen, man. Goddamn ugly ass dude, bro. And yeah, man, you goddamn sellouts, man. You sellouts, y'all still selling out, man. Same thing Yahweh was telling about these goddamn high priests and these Pharisees, man. Alright? Damn vipers, man. You damn sellouts, man. And Yahweh was against all these sellouts, man. You know why? Because a gift destroyeth the heart, man. You people living in luxury, man. Got your nice homes and shit. You people forget, you know what I'm saying? Forget about all the fucking wickedness that the so-called white men done did to your people, man. Y'all brushed it under the carpet, man, under the rug, because you living nice now. But hey, soon that little bubble that you living in finna be burst, man. Soon as this damn economy fall apart, man, then your ass gonna well understand what time it is. Matter of fact, let's get some scriptures, man, on you damn sellouts real quick while we at it. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Exactly. So a wise man gonna know that he's being oppressed, man, and he's gonna be pissed off about it. And a gift destroyeth the heart. But what happens if you give that same oppressed man a gift? It destroys his heart, man. And that's what happened to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, that's in this American dream bubble. You done got your gifts, which i.e. known as your cars, your house, all right, your little toys, your little video games, your TVs, all right, your high wages. Now you destroy it. Now you don't know that you're oppressed. You don't know that your people are oppressed. Now you think you're above. But yet, at any moment, this white man want to come in that damn office and say your ass is fired, then your whole world falls apart, man. At any moment, when this white man come on his news media and tell you that the economy is falling and the dollar is no more, then your whole world gonna come to an end. That's when your ass gonna well understand that your ass is still being oppressed, man. Let's go to Matthews. It's Matthews chapter 16. We'll go to verse 26. For all you damn sellouts and Uncle Toms and Uncle Tomahawks, man, cooning around for the so-called white man. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Exactly, man. And that's what's up with some of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, so-called. Y'all done sold out, joined all these different fraternities and shit, Freemasonry and shit. Done sold your soul, all right, but you gained the world. But you sold your soul, meaning you ain't even got no power on what you can and can't do. Like I always say, if the white man, when you join these fraternities and shit, if the white man want to fuck your wife, you gotta let him fuck your wife. If you want to fuck your kids, you gotta let him fuck your kids, or he gonna take his riches from you. Shit, hell, if he want to fuck you, shit, hey, you got to get down with it. If he wants you to do a blood sacrifice, you got to get down with it. You ain't controller. You don't even control your own soul. You in a worse captivity. All right, you in a worse slavery. Although you gained the world, although now you can get all the fancy cars that you want, get all the nice toys and jewelry and all shoes or whatever may have, food. Yeah, though you may gain the world, but guess what? To keep that world that you gained, you got to do some fucking some wicked ass shit, man. That you know is against your soul, that you hate to do, but you do it cause why? Cause you don't want to lose what you gained, man. What shall a man give or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Exactly. What do some of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans give up to gain the world, man? You give up your family members for your blood sacrifices. You give up your daughters and sons for sex rituals. You give up your wife. You give up yourself, hell, for sex rituals, man. You do all manner of wickedness, man. All right, so back to the video. So hell yeah, Yahweh Shah was against y'all sellouts, man.
At other times he would sneer at the alms of the rich and proud, telling them that the mite of the poor was more precious in the sight of God. Complaints were daily made at the praetorium against the insolence of Jesus.
And so I'm cutting this letter of Pontius Pilate short just to the relevant parts. And here we see that Pontius Pilate was saying that Jesus was speaking to the multitude in Hebrew, not Aramaic as we're taught by the false teachers in the Catholic and Judeo-Christian churches today.
And yeah, he spoke in the Hebrew, man. What else he gonna speak in? I mean, he was a Hebrew. All right, a Hebrew Israelite. That's what I mean, from the tribe of Judah. Like that's what we spoke. We spoke Hebrew. Like what's so? Like that's not like. I don't know, man. You simple as hell. Some of you people be thinking that. some of you people be thinking that like the most high name ain't Yahweh Shah, man. Y'all be thinking his name really Jesus, man. Yahweh Shah was a Hebrew. He had a Hebrew name, man, and that name is Yahweh Shah, man. You people simple as hell, man. Simple as hell. But let's get Acts 26, man, to show that Yahweh Shah spoke in Hebrew. So if he spoke in Hebrew, he's born a Hebrew Israelite. Would his name be? Wouldn't he have a Hebrew name for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that's stuck on stupid? That's thinking his name is Jesus. Well, that's a made-up damn name by the white man, by the so-called white man. All right, Yahweh Shah name is Yahweh Shah. All right, whom the world inly calls Jesus Christ. All right, so this Acts 26, right to the point, verse 14. And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speak unto me and saying in the Hebrew tongue, now in the English tongue, in the Hebrew tongue, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. Verse 15, and I said, who art thou, Lord? And he said, I am Yahweh Shai, not Jesus. All right, he spoke in Hebrew, not no damn English. I am Yahweh Shai, whom thou persecutest. All right. So the name of the Lord, who y'all instantly call Jesus Christ, his name is Yahweh Shai, man. He spoke Hebrew. He is a Hebrew Israelite. All right, from the tribe of Judah, which they spoke Hebrew, which they named their children Hebrew names. And they language the Hebrew, as you see, saying in the Hebrew tongue. All right, so back to the video.
Because calling Jesus a Jew is like calling a Catholic a Protestant or a Protestant a Catholic, because he opposed the Pharisees and he didn't speak their language and he didn't even have their religion and he wasn't of the same race as them either. And so
What the hell this dude talking about? Talking about Yahushua wasn't the same race as the priest. And did I just hear this fool say he didn't speak? They didn't speak the same language? Like what is fucking Edomite this cracker talking about, man? Let me go back. Let's go back. Let's hear this damn simpleton that you so called fucking Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans listen to.
Pontius Pilate was saying that Jesus was speaking to the multitude in Hebrew, not Aramaic as we're taught by the false teachers in the Catholic and Judeo-Christian churches today.
Nigga, you a false teacher. What the fuck? Get back to it.
Because calling Jesus a Jew is like calling a Catholic a Protestant or a Protestant.
This man say calling Jesus a Jew is like calling a Catholic a Protestant. How is that the same? Like, whom the word only called Jesus was a Jew. So how would that be like calling him a Catholic or Protestant? No, he was a Jew. So calling him a Jew would be like he's a Jew. The fuck is this dude talking about?
Catholic, because he opposed the Pharisees and he didn't speak their language and he didn't even have their religion and he wasn't of the same race as them either. And so
okay, so to the so-called white man, now to the so-called white man, this is what I'm talking about for you dumb ass Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans, man, that follow the white man. Now, according to the white man, Yahushua, whom the world only calls Jesus Christ, he's not a Jew, and the high priests and the Pharisees that was after him were not Jews either, and they didn't speak the same language. They didn't believe in the same religion or nothing. Well, guess what, white boy? Let's go to the scriptures and find out then. Let's go to these scriptures, man. Let's see if Yahushua was a Jew. All right, let's find that out first before anything. Since you so smart, all right. Since these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans look up to your crack ass so much and think y'all full of knowledge, let's see how smart you are, man. Let's see how smart this so-called white man is, man. This Matthew chapter 2, start at verse 4. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born. And they said unto him, In Bethlehem of Judah, for thus it is written by the prophet, And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the prince of Judah, for out of thee shall a governor come. For out of thee shall come a governor. So out of what? Out of Judah. What is Judah? What is the short version of saying Judah? Jew. All right. So where did Yahushua come from? Judah, which is the short way of saying Judah is saying Jew. So was Yahushua a Jew? Yeah. We're reading it now. Are not the least among the prince of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. And who is that? That's Yahushua, man. All right, let's go to Hebrew. My bad. I'm going to go to 7. Hebrews chapter 7, verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah. All right, what is tribe of Judah? The so-called Negro tribe. All right, so if Christ walking there, he'll be a so-called Negro. All right, which are the Jews. All right, for it is evident the Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood. All right, so what is this white boy talking about, man? So obviously he's going against the scriptures, right? Which means he don't know shit, man. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And this white man don't know shit about the scriptures, man. Why? Because we read why, man. Because the Most High Yahweh, all right, is not dealing with no other nations, man. He only dealing with the Israelites, man. Point blank, period, man. Now this Genesis chapter 49. Let's see who this talking about. This is Genesis chapter 49. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Why our brethren gonna praise Judah? Why? Because Judah is the head tribe, man, which is the tribe that Yahweh comes out of. All right, whom the world illly calls Jesus Christ. That's why they're gonna praise us, man. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down, he crouched as a lion, and as a old lion, who shall rouse him up? The scepter shall not depart from Judah. Why is the scepter not going to depart from Judah? Because Yahweh, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, he's the king. That's why the scepter shall not depart from Judah. Nor a lawgiver from between his feet until Shiloh come, who is Shiloh, Yahweh, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And unto him shall the gathering of the people be. So who did Yahweh come together? Who was those people that Yahweh was going to speak to? His people, man. The Israelites, all 12 tribes, man. It said, and it reads, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. And who is the people? The Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass coat unto the choice vine. He washed his garment in wine, and his clothes in blood of grapes. All right. And did not Yahweh when he came into the city, was not he riding the coat? All right. When Yahweh comes back, is he not going to wash his garments in wine, which is the blood? All right. Or you so-called 2/3 Israelites and you heathen nations? That's how his garment's gonna be washed in wine, man. It's talking about y'all blood. And his clothes and blood of grapes, man. It's talking about y'all blood, man. Cause when he comes back here, man, he gonna be doing a lot of killing, man. And his eyes shall be red with wine. Yeah, his eyes shall be red with blood, man. All right, furious, man. He angry, pissed off, man. And his teeth white with milk, man. So what is this damn so-called white man talking about, man? What is this white boy talking about? Talking about Yahweh ain't no Jew. Talking about the Pharisees. Matter of fact, let's cover that. Talking about the Pharisees and the priests. They ain't Jews either. All right. So let's go to Matthews. Go back to Matthew since this white boy's so smart. It's Matthew chapter 26. Should be like, go to 57, verse 57. Let me make sure. Yeah, this cool. And they that had laid hold on Jesus led him away to Caiaphas the high priest, where the scribes and the elders were assembled. But Peter followed him afar off unto the high priest's palace, and went in and sat with the servants to see the end. Now the chief priests and the elders, all the council sought false witness against Yahweh to put him to death, but found none. Yeah, though many false witnesses came, yet found they none. At the last came 2 false witnesses, and said, this fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and to build it in 3 days. And the high priest arose and said unto him, answered thou nothing? What is it which these witnesses against thee? But Yahweh held his peace. And the high priest answered and said unto him, I adjure thee by the living God that thou tell us whether thou be the Christ, the Son of God. Yahweh said unto him, thou hast said, nevertheless I say unto you, hereafter shall ye see the Son of Man sitting on the right hand of power and coming in the clouds of heaven. Then the high priest rent his clothes, saying, he hath spoken blasphemy. What further need we What further need have we of witness? Behold, now ye have heard this blasphemy. What think ye? They answered and said, He is guilty of death. Then they spit in his face and buffeted him, and others smote him with the palms of their hands, saying, Prophesy unto us, thou Christ, who is he that smote thee? All right, so right here, you got these priests, right? They came against Yahweh with all these false accusations, and then when Yahweh told them that he was Christ, they said he was blaspheming. So what did they do? They started spitting in his face, beating him up, you know what I'm saying, passing him around as they punched him, you know what I'm saying, passing him off to this man and that man to get hit, man, to get punched in the face, man, to get kicked, kneed, or whatever. All right, so they passed him around, man. All right, now remember who did this. All right, remember these was the high priests and the Pharisees that did this. Now let's go to Matthew 20:23. Since this white man knows so much. It's Matthew 23. Go at verse 29. So remember what happened to Yahweh Shai. All right, so this Matthew chapter 23, verse 29. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees. So who is he talking to? He's talking to the scribes and Pharisees, the high priests, right? That the so-called white man say ain't Jews. What we finna find out. All right. So it says, Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because ye build tombs of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. So who did they say their fathers were? They say their fathers were the people that took down the prophets. Who always taking down the prophets, man? They own people, man. Who just took down Yahweh Shai? Was that not the scribes and the Pharisees? All right. So that lets you know that they Jews, man. And that's why he calling them hypocrites, man. He's telling them right here that they hypocrites, because if they would have been back then, they would have killed the prophets just like they just killed him. All right. Well, we just read where they just killed him. They did the same thing that their father did, man. That's why I always be cussing out these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, man. That's 2/3, man. Because y'all are the same damn idiots right back here today, walking around and not understanding the scriptures, man. Just like y'all was the same people back then that was walking around and not listening when Yahweh Shai was on earth, man. When Christ walked the earth, y'all wasn't listening, man, when he was speaking to y'all. And now he got his men out here speaking to y'all, and y'all still don't listen, man. So whether you here right now, or whether you could remember yourself being back when Christ was here, you still wouldn't listen, man. So no matter if he's here or we here, y'all don't listen, man. Y'all still stay running up the goddamn so-called white man's fucking ass, man. Let's finish it up, though. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because ye build the tomb of the prophets and garnish the sepulchres of the righteous, and say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Wherefore ye be witness unto yourself that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. Exactly, man. And you 2/3, ye are the children of the fucking simpletons that was back there when Yahweh Shai was walking the earth and trying to get our people in line, but you didn't want to listen. You wanted to stay being a goddamn Roman, man. You wanted to stay being in these goddamn harlot houses that they call churches, man. And you still in there today, man. So-called being a goddamn Christian, man. And following all these goddamn religions, man. You motherfuckers are simpletons, man. Dumb as hell. Wherefore be ye witness unto yourself that ye are the children of them which killed the prophets. Fill ye up then the measure of your father, ye serpents, ye generations of vipers. How can ye escape the damnation of hell? Exactly, man. And y'all ain't going to escape the damnation of hell, man. Y'all going to feel that fire, man. Y'all going to feel that nuclear fire, man, from the ICBM missiles when they tear this worthless ass country that they call America apart, which is known as Babylon the Great in the scriptures, man. Verse 34. Wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them ye shall kill and crucify, and some of them shall ye scourge in your synagogues, and persecute them from city to city, that upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel unto the blood of Zacharias son of Barachas, whom ye slew between the temple and altar. All right. So what is this damn Edomite talking about, man? So they were the same people, man. And like I say, you dumb ass Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans back here today doing the same shit, man. Nothing new under the sun. That's the scripture say in Ecclesiastes, man. Back to the video.
The worst offender of this, of course, was Mel Gibson's movie The Passion, which is totally in Aramaic.
Hey, Malkotak. Min mandi malkinate. Anachli. Antabar nagar yetia.
And there were 3 signs put up at the time of Jesus' crucifixion, reading in Latin, Greek, and Hebrew, not Aramaic. And another thing that Pontius Pilate said was that Jesus had golden hair and a golden beard. And so the way that Hollywood portrays Jesus and the disciples today as Jews is completely incorrect, because he was a white man. And
Oh, okay. So now he a white man. All right. Well, let's see what the scriptures say. Since he was a white man. All right, with golden hair, golden locks. You know what I'm saying? He's a white man. Okay. Well, let's see what the scriptures say. All right. Let God be true, but every man a lie. Right. So let's see if the white man is right, or let's see if the scriptures is right, man. Who gonna be correct on this? But this is who you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans go to their theologian schools. This is who you go learn from, man. Daniel chapter 10, verse 5. Then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz. So he had on linen, all right, with a golden belt around his waist. His body also like the beryl, so it was in color of beryl, his garment. And his face has the appearance of lightning. Why? Because he was wise. His face glowed from all his wisdom. And his eyes lamps of fire. Why? Because he's pissed off, man. All right, he angry. He ready to come back and fuck up shit, man. Because these heathens and you out of line 2/3 Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Y'all need to be put back in y'all place, man. All right, and put some respect on his name, man. And his arms and his feet like in the color of polished brass. So how is that white? How is that white? And there ain't no, and you goddamn white people ain't white, man. You fucking red. So how is that red? Polished brass is a derivative of brown, man. All right. So if Christ walked the earth today, he'll have brown skin, man. Point blank, period. And the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. All right. So he spoke loud, man, in a loud voice. Like these so-called white people always say, why you niggas are always so loud? Why you so loud? All right. That's Christ had a loud voice, man. So when you hear that soft speaking white goddamn pork sausage Jesus that y'all worship talking, that ain't how the real man spoke, man. That ain't how Yahweh spoke, man. He ain't speaking no effeminate, soft ass voice, man. All right, he spoke loud and rough, man. But y'all some Bible believers though. And yet that white boy sitting in your goddamn church and inside your mind every time you go to pray. Revelation chapter 1, verse 12. And I turned to see the voice that spake with me. And being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man. Who is the Son of Man? Yahweh Shah, who the word inly calls Jesus Christ. Clothed with the garment down to a foot. So he had on a long garment all the way to his foot. And girt about the paps with a golden girdle. So he have on a golden girdle again around his waist. All right, or golden belt around his waist. His head and his hairs were white like wool. So he had white woolly hair. Okay, you don't know how white woolly hair looks? We'll get a picture real fast. All right, so his head and his hairs were like wool, white like wool, as white as snow. So let's find out how that looks, cause you people are real simple around here, man. You people are real damn simple around here. White woolly hair. You see that? White woolly hair. That's white woolly hair right there. That's what you see right here. White woolly hair. This is how your Yahushua hair look. White woolly hair. All right. Go back to the scriptures. All right. His head and his hair. So his head, the hair on his head, and his hairs, his beard, were white like wool, as white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. We already explained why his eyes were a flame of fire, meaning he got red eyes, meaning he pissed off, he angry, ready for the fight, man, ready to go to war, man. And his feet like unto fine brass. All right, so his feet like unto fine brass. Your feet got a color, right? All right, your feet got flesh on it, right? Your flesh has a color, right? What color was his flesh? Like unto fine brass. What is the color of brass? A derivative of brown, as if they burnt in a furnace. So if you take that brown skin, you put it in the furnace, what's going to happen? It's going to become dark brown. All right, so Yahushua was a dark brown man, man. All right, dark brown skin. And his voice has the sound of many waters. Now, where the hell do you see anything that could be considered red, golden locks, and all this bullshit that this white boy talking about on this video, man? What could that be found at? You don't see it, man. And did not the scripture say that Yahushua, whom the word illly calls Jesus Christ, came out of the tribe of Judah? And Judah is what? The so-called Negroes, man. So Christ is a so-called Negro. If he walked the earth today, he'll be a Negro. So what is this white boy talking about, man? Also, goddamn, he was a white man with some golden locks. Get the hell out of here.
So let's have a look now at the rest of Pontius Pilate's letter.
The Pharisees were
That bullshit. Look at this fucking goddamn drug addict, man. This white boy is a drug addict. This Jesus that y'all speaking of is a drug addict. Look at this goddamn drug addict, man. And this who you goddamn 2/3 believe in, man. This who you 2/3 sit in the church and fucking weep and give praises to, man. This goddamn drug addict hippie, man. You goddamn Christians, man, are finished, man. Some goddamn simpletons, man. But all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Honor to all the brethren out here doing the work in the will of the Father. Shalom.